Yes, you're welcome on the show. Once again, this is the Nova Talk Show. I'm excited today to have you on the show. Thank you so much for always watching. Here I mean the youth, the future of this nation. Today I'm honored, I'm excited, and I believe you will also be excited to have this great man on this show. He has given us the opportunity and the time to give us his message to share to the youth. I'm in his office, by the way, the office of the Assistant IGP, Chief Political Commissar.
Yes.
You're welcome on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you briefly talk about yourself?
Okay, I'm Assistant Inspector General Police, Asan Kasingye. I'm the Chief Political Commissar of the police, and I have been in this job twice. The first one was from 2008 to 2011, and also last year, since March last year up to now, about one year and about 1 year and a half, 1 year and 3 months. And as the Chief Political Commissar, I'm more responsible for issues to do with community policing, crime prevention, child and family protection issues, matters of the youth.
Oh, so we are in the right office.
I think so. we deal with even issues to do with information and publication.
I have seen you so much on Twitter.
Yes. Those are the issues that I deal with. But before, I was the director of Interpol and International Relations for 8 years. And much of my work in the police has been in community policing, because that is my training, that is my passion. I have a passion of working hand in hand with the different segments and sectors of society, including the youth. That has been my passion for all this time.
And you have done it excellently.
Yes, I'm a graduate from Makerere University with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Economics, but also with a Master's in Public Administration and Management. Yes.
Okay, once again, you're welcome to the
Thank
show.
you so much. I'm a father.
Yo.
I have also young people.
Oh.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
We want to first appreciate the fact that you gave us time as the youth, as the future. I normally call the future, the youth, the future, because we are the future of the nation.
Yes.
So we are glad that you gave us time to share with us. Before we go to the other part, talking to the youth, we would like to know the difference between the Deputy IGP and the Assistant IGP.
Okay. According to the police setup, first of all, there is the constitutional requirement in the leadership of the force. Article 211 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda provides for the establishment of the force, and that the force the leadership of the force will be commanded by the Inspector General of Police, and then who will be deputized by a Deputy Inspector General of Police. So these are constitutional obligations, and they are appointed by the President on the advice of the police authority on a period of 5 years that is renewable. Okay? Now, under the Deputy Inspector General of Police, the force has what we call directorates. Like in any government institution, you have directors. Now, the directors in police are Assistant Inspector General. Okay? So you can say I'm a director. A director is responsible for a directorate that has departments, and then under departments, then you have other units. So the police has about 20 assistant inspector generals. These include human resource, operations, chief political commissar, Interpol, welfare and production, peace support operations, ICT, research, planning and development, medical, logistics and engineering, traffic and road safety, special duties, fire and rescue services, maybe have left some, but they are all in CID, crime intelligence, counter-terrorism. Okay, so these are headed by directors, and we are 20 of them. It's actually a misnomer because most times when people hear Assistant Inspector General, they think that you are number 2.
Yeah.
No, the number 2 of the police is the Deputy Inspector General, who is appointed by the President. But an Assistant Inspector General Police is appointed by the Inspector General Police. Okay? But you have to be appointed. You are named by the Inspector General Police, but you must be appointed to the rank by the President through the police authority. Yes. And we also serve on contract, but our contracts are 3 years. Not like 5 years of the Inspector General and Deputy Inspector General.
Okay, I hope you got the difference and you don't have questions anymore. Actually, these are some of the questions. When I told the followers I was going to host you, they were asking, how do we differentiate? Because I told them I was going to host the assistant IGP. Then they said, that is Mr. Mzee. I was like, no, this is Mr. Asan Kasingye.
Okay.
So that is where the confusion came.
And normally, the other bit of confusion is when, as the director in charge of the political commissariat, I was also the public relations officer or the spokesman. I was a director, an assistant inspector general in charge of the political commissariat as I am. But in addition to what I am doing, I was also the spokesman. So when I was removed from the office of spokesman, people thought that I have been demoted from the office of Assistant Inspector General Police.
Okay.
And now I am a commissioner. No, I am Assistant Inspector General of Police. That is my rank. As a director, that is my rank.
That is your rank.
And an office is, you can be in this office and you go to another office, but you still remain Assistant Inspector General Police.
Like just I when I was entering, I saw Assistant IGP operations.
Exactly.
So you can simply shift from here to that office.
You can move to any office. Just like I was an Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Interpol, and I left Interpol. Now I am Assistant Inspector General of Police
Chief Political
in charge of Chief Political Commissariat.
Okay.
And I can also leave this office and I go to operations, or I go to human resource, or I go to training,
or
I go to anywhere as
okay.
they deem me fit.
Okay.
That does not mean a demotion. And the office of the spokesman is not a director. The office of spokesman is the head of a department. Okay? The office of spokesman, like SSP Kaima now, is an acting commissioner. He's at is head of a department. Is not an AIGP. So you cannot say that now Kaima is senior to me. So the youth should not confuse that.
Yeah. So that means leaving here and going back to the spokes, that's when you will be demoted instead.
No. It can be given to you as an additional assignment. It doesn't mean that you have been reduced in rank.
Okay, we get that. So right now, I think we have learned a few things. in the department, though we can't finish everything, and trust me, he would give us everything. He's a very informed person. I have followed him. You can follow him on Twitter. You'll witness what I'm saying. So for now, Afande Asan,
Yes.
I have had an issue. Actually, one of the things that have pushed me to start Nova Talk, to start this initiative, was the fact that the youth tend to look at you people as if you have just had it easy all through. You haven't hustled. You didn't start from zero. So Afande Asan, I would love you to take the youth through your story briefly. Like, what has your journey been like? Has it been smooth like they are saying, or you have had actually hardships on your journey?
Thank you so much for that question.
You're welcome.
Because most times the youth think that you started as an assistant inspector general police. The truth is that you have been youth also. I have been a youth, and I joined the police as a youth. I left Makerere University in 1988.
I wasn't born yet. Yeah.
And when I left Makerere University, I decided that I decided at that point when I was in third year that I wanted to be a police officer, that I want to join the police as a cadet assistant superintendent of police. And indeed, at that time, whenever you would finish, you were required to do public service interviews. Immediately you finish. And these interviews were conducted at Makerere University. This was the only university in Uganda. So you can imagine everybody.
We only had one university.
Only one university.
Oh.
That was Makerere University. And therefore, it was the source of employment for both government, private sector, and civil society organizations. So, rarely you would have somebody not getting absorbed within any of the sectors that I've talked about. You could even decide to go home and do your private work. But because government was paying for us, okay, you had to, as first of priority, to work for government. And I decided that I wanted to work for the police. And I did public service interviews for the police. After that, I was recruited.
Was government paying you then? Were you getting a salary?
Before or when I joined the police?
When you joined the police.
When you joined the police for training, because I joined the police for training on 1st of March 1989. Immediately you start training, you are recognized as a police officer, though you are now under training. So yes, I was getting my basic salary as a trainee. Do you wish to know how much it was?
Yeah, I actually wish to know, because when you say I was getting a salary, someone will think he was getting 1M.
I was getting 6,000 shillings.
Is that monthly or?
Monthly salary that I was getting was 6,800 shillings.
Oh my God.
Yes, and I put this money together. I would buy maybe some clothing, some little, things, few things. So I put this money, and when I finished my training, after 9 months, I bought what they call that time Johnson set of chairs. Yeah. So when I was going to interview for my first station, I went with a complete set of chairs.
So 6,000 then could buy you clothes, and then you could save some.
What clothing did I need? Because every day I was expected to be in uniform as a trainee. Only maybe Sunday, where I needed maybe to have a nice shirt and a trouser, and one shirt or two shirts were enough for me.